Hello everybody, my name is Lonlon, and welcome to another episode of Panillae. As I get out of my little AFK shack, I wanna show you guys something, because in between episodes I've realized how much dirt making terrain like we did last episode actually requires. So in the past day or so, I went down here below the terrain and have cleared this massive chunk of land out of its dirt. And the process of harvesting all of this land was a painful process of digging and digging and repairing my shovel and digging over and over and over. Anyway, so far I've collected 27 shulker boxes. That's right, a full barrel of shulker boxes, and each and every single one of them is completely filled with dirt or grass blocks, which is gonna be great for us moving into the future because we will actually have the resources to keep on expanding the terrain by at least twice as much as we already did. I also got this gift from Rainbow Sandwich, so thank you Rainbow, I'm sure this is gonna be useful. And now, without further ado, let's get back to building some terrain. And so, we placed down a lot of dirt again, not all of the 27 shulker boxes, but I think like about 10 shulker boxes of dirt, and we have made this first hill, this big hill, which I have plans for in this episode. But anyway, by making all of this terrain, we have a bit of an issue, because down here, around our map, we have a big dark spot with too many mobs. So we should go ahead and do a sow, and we should start lighting and fighting. No, the fighting bit's a bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. You know, this thing is pretty easy if you shoot at them, and if you ignore all of the arrows I missed. And now that all of this land has been lit up, I am reminded that we actually do have a map, so we can do this. It's looking really nice in my opinion. Okay, so I did tell you guys that I had planned in regards to this hill in this episode, and the plans are to make some kind of mine and move all of our storage, because this is what we have for storage at the moment, which is not very great, and maybe even the map now that we made it up to date. And so I think I'm gonna start working on the cave, or the cave entrance at least, and I will show you guys what we are gonna do then. First thing I did is to put a hole in the terrain and then mark with a stone line the way I want the cave to go from the cave entrance and into the place at which I want to put the storage room. Now I think I'm gonna make the storage room over here, and after the storage room is done, I'm gonna connect the storage room to the cave entrance with a cave. And so I've finished the storage room, and I'm gonna walk on the cave from the cave entrance into the storage room. And I thought I will add a nether portal room in this direction and maybe a bedroom in this direction. And here is our finished mine entrance. Well, the mine entrance isn't actually finished, but the mine itself is. As we go down inside, we can see the nether portal in the left, and the bed, it's not really a bedroom, on the right. And most importantly, the storage room, which is missing a little something. It's missing the items inside of the barrels. And I also wanna head over to the spawn, or the shopping district, and buy some item frames, because if I remember, Lujo Boy is selling item frames over at his shop, so let's go over there. Over here, this very fancy looking shit. Look at this, this is insane. Anyway, let's check over here. No, nothing seems to be down below. And here's the pork chop. Oh, over there. Okay. So let me load up on item frames and we will use them over at our storage room. Okay, back at the storage room now, and I got 2 stacks of item frames. So let me place them all down and I will try and figure out how we should actually organize our items inside of the storage room. Back over here at the storage area, and I have a bunch of stone from clearing this hill over here, and actually a bunch of dirt left over from the 27 shulker boxes we collected. Which reminds me, I wanna actually check my statistics and see how many blocks I've placed. I've placed 45,000 dirt blocks and 13,000 grass blocks. That's together more blocks than I've mined with a pickaxe. That's insane. But anyway, I'm gonna get everything sorted, and we actually have a few items over at the starter base as well. And I'm gonna move everything to the new storage room, which is looking kind of weird from down below. Back at the Enderman farm, because I found that moving all of the items I have to the new storage room requires a lot of shulker boxes, and I'm out of them. So I'm quickly repairing all of my gear before I go end raiding to get more shulkers so I can continue. I finished the end raiding and I'm back at my storage room now. This is what we got from the end raiding session. We got 2 elytras and enough shulker shells to make, let's see, 51 shulker boxes, which is pretty good. And the reason I needed so many shulker boxes is because I want to store the items in such a way that, let's say, this barrel is meant to store the stone and this barrel is meant to store the dirt. Then down below, we're gonna store shulker boxes filled with those items. So that's why I needed so many shulker boxes, and hopefully this will be enough. And besides that, I think it's pretty important to mention that this storage room is meant to be like a temporary thing. We are not meant to spend the entire season here. So that's just another thing to keep in mind if you guys think this is kind of small. And so, I finished organizing all of the items I own in these chests. And now, let me just plop this down here. There you go. I wanna go out here and transform this cave entrance because it looks a bit out of place at the moment. So I want to maybe make it a little bit more detailed, maybe add a few trees and such like we did over there. So it looks more complete because this is a place we're gonna go to all of the time now. Very much like we did last episode with the stone face over there, I went ahead and made the rough shape of the way I want the cave entrance to look. And now I'm gonna go ahead with some gradient blocks and I'm gonna give it a gradient. After doing the gradient, we wanna take the detailing blocks and make the stone bits look more smooth. After smoothing out the cave entrance and adding a few stones around the area, because if you think about it, having a cave entrance popping out of the ground must mean this is a pretty rocky area, so I added a few rocks to represent that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mix in some coarse dirt, and after that we shall see. Coarse dirt has been set, and now I think it's time for some trees and bushes. I set the markings for all of the trees I'm planning on building around this mine. The oak markings are meant to be small, younger trees, and the spruce markings are meant to be much taller, older trees. But all of this building is gonna have to wait one day because I need to sleep, so catch you guys when I'm awake. It is tomorrow now, and I went ahead and set all of the tree trunks in place. As you can see, the spruce ones are much taller, and the oak ones are significantly shorter. And now I'm gonna go ahead with spruce leaves and I'm gonna put leaves on all of the spruce ones. I'm still debating whether or not to use birch or oak leaves on the small ones because we did use birch leaves as bushes, so we might have to try oak to make them both different. But let's go ahead and use leaves and we will see how it turns out. And this is the finished product. I added lots of grass and rocks and bushes after finishing all of the trees because I wanted this place to look like a pretty dense forest. I wanted the cave to be revealed for people who actually take the time and explore the terrain. And it also looks pretty cool from above. But unfortunately, as we go back into our new storage room, I think I'm gonna have to finish the video here, so you can leave a like if you enjoyed the video, you can leave a dislike if you didn't like the video, and goodbye.